Welcome back out to another one of our standout students, Amelia Tonnesen, who we actually talked with last year as a standout student here at Cotopaxi High School, joining us again. And Amelia, senior year for you now. Any differences from last year to this year or from other years to senior year?
Not really many differences. I'm taking a lot more challenging classes, which I'm really excited about, but that's the only major change.
We'll get into classes in a moment, but what are you most excited about for this year when it comes down to it here at Cotopaxi?
I have less than 9 months left. I could graduate. I mean, that's just really exciting to know that you're almost done with this stage of your life and you get to go on and do something different.
You've been challenging yourself in classes. We heard about that last year, and that continues this year, more AP classes for you. But what are some of your favorites that you've been in this year?
I would have to say 3. I really like my 2 AP classes, calculus and U.S. government, and I also really like this chemistry class that I'm taking with Mrs. Daughter here at Cotopaxi.
You talk about the AP classes. Everybody knows they exist, know they're around, but what's the difference, in your opinion, between a regular course, say world history, or an AP world history?
AP world history would definitely, you'd cover a lot more material. So you'd go from the beginning of history to now history and everything in between. There wouldn't really be any time to skip over information. You'd just go over everything.
What do you get out of that? What makes that a little bit more exciting and interesting to get into with those classes versus a normal one?
I just like how it's more challenging. I'm way more engaged than in normal classes, and it definitely prepares me for other extracurriculars like Knowledgeable.
You're involved in a lot of stuff here at the school, and also involved with a lot of stuff outside of the school, between Knowledgeable, cross country, and student government, and every other little thing that goes on here at Cotopaxi. What's your favorite club and group that you've been around or seen or been able to take part in?
I would have to say it's like a tie between the two. I love cross country just because of my teammates out there in Salida, but I love doing Knowledgeable here just because it's so much fun to go and answer random trivia questions for a day down in Alamosa.
When you talk about, I love Knowledgeable too, to be fair. That's one of my favorite like non-sport ones. But what's the biggest thing that you've learned from Knowledgeable? Obviously there's a lot of facts that probably come at you, but is there anything you've picked up and been able to use from that experience?
You have to definitely just go for it. Like if you don't know the answer and you have a guess, just go for it and guess, because you may be correct. You never know. If you don't try something or just go out of your way to try something new, you'll never know if it's right.
Now you're getting set to head off to college. Where is still kind of up in the air. There's still some questions coming in on that one, but you know what you want to major in. What is it, and what made you want to go down that path?
My preferred major is music education if I can get into this college that I want to get into. So I just really want to do music education because I love making an impact on kids' lives. I worked as a camp counselor this summer, and just being able to teach kids things and making sure that they feel supported and included, it was just a wonderful experience that I want to give kids that feeling through music.
When you talk about being able to have that interaction and be able to give back, one of my favorite questions to ask is, what advice would you give to somebody coming to a small school or to Cotopaxi? And for you, almost how would you, it's a bit bigger question of how do you get involved in beyond the small school and be able to do what you still want to do, say like a cross country where you're working with something else. What would you tell somebody who is at a small school but has aspirations of things that are kind of the small school can't necessarily give?
Just ask a lot of questions, get as many resources as you can, and just go for it. Like, don't ever give up. If someone says you can't do that, just say, I think I can, and just go for it. You'll never know if you don't try.
And there's a lot of support here at Cotopaxi for stuff like that. When you talk about that, though, what's your favorite thing you're going to miss about Cotopaxi B? If you go up to UNC or wherever it might be, what's your favorite memory going to be to pass along?
I'm really going to miss the staff here at Cotopaxi. They've definitely had an impact on my life, or at least my high school life. And it's just really cool to be able to go into a classroom and just have a conversation with a teacher and be a person in that teacher's mind instead of just a number or a name on a paper.
Amelia, it's been great catching up with you. Thanks so much for the time, and good luck as you keep going on, hopefully to that music major. I'm sure you'll get into that class, and I'm excited to see the future for you.
Thank you.